All right, so real quick, I've been following a little bit the Mario race in Atlanta. The polls are closed. It's 10:13 right now, but clearly the winners are already stated. We're gonna find out in a few hours, whether or not Atlanta has their first non-black mayor in like 44 years. But just real quick, I was commenting on I saw Killer Mike endorse the sister Keisha Lance, and I simply was like, yo, like you shouldn't be telling people who to vote for. To encourage people to vote, like that's a part of your activism, but you like don't be telling people to vote for. And his followers all getting butt hurt and responding to me and all this other stuff, and he's like, don't give me advice, like whatever. But it's funny because I know Killer Mike during the general election took a lot of flack because he was a Bernie Sanders supporter. I see right now a lot of the Bernie Sanders supporters, Rosario Dawson, Susan Sarandon. You got the feminists writing articles, still taking shots at them because they wouldn't endorse Hillary. But it's just weird how I'm looking at it different because like I get it is a local election which has way more effect on your personal lives than the general election at the federal level. But like Killer Mike knows like the shit he went through because and how they try to attack him and play him as a sexist and this and that simply because he wasn't on the Hillary Clinton board bandwagon. So I would think he would have a little bit more insight on how black people feel in Atlanta. Like that's his city, and it's clear that black folks ain't feeling Keisha Lance. They're just not feeling her, and part of it's because she's connected to the previous administration that was trash. The poor and the lower middle class blacks in Atlanta, they feel like they wasn't getting no love, and it's like okay, and a lot of other black Democrats at the higher level and the or whatnot have already endorsed the white lady. So it's clearly an issue. And now you got this last minute people like, no, we don't want this white woman mayor in our city. And I'm like, well, black people got to grow up politically. And we can't just be voting for not just Democrat across the board, but you can't be voting black across the board just because people are black. Like that shit is done. Like you can't win need wise in politics, especially when the previous administration was black and they shitted on you, right? I'm reading the Boule Bird's comments because he's been covering the race a couple times, and a sister pops up on a post talking about you don't want that white lady to win because if she wins, gentrification is gonna happen. I'm like, nah, Negroes, please. And I'm working on my video right now. I'll probably wait till my voice gets better, but I'm responding to the Grapevine's video on gentrification and some of the stuff that was said on Thought Grimes too. Wasn't really much to offer, but one of the consensus was that like black people got to start holding their elected officials at the local level accountable, right? Most of these black cities that are being gentrified under black leadership. These black mayors are making deals with these developers way before stuff happens. So it's like the chick in the comment section is like, oh, we can't have this white woman here. She's gonna gentrify. Like, no, Atlanta got that new stadium with the permission of that mayor. A lot of gentrification was done. And I'm gonna leave a clip of the brother who goes on a Rolling show, and he was giving his reasons why he's endorsing the white lady, and he's not a conservative or a Republican. So that's just my take. It's just weird how Killer Mike. I mean, he might support her, and he's probably followed her or whatever. But knowing how what he went through at the general election, as far as people, sabotaging him, trying to, like he went on Bill Maher. Bill Maher tried to play him like how he does, because pretty much any black person, I see TMZ did the same thing to him because it's like they were like, like he felt that pressure for being a black man thinking for himself and not hopping on the Hillary bandwagon, and now he's kind of doing something similar to the black constituents in Atlanta. I'm like, yo, you should be encouraging people to vote and all that. And if I don't know if he worked with this woman and if he endorsed her or not, I don't know that, but this idea that you voting black just because the person is black, and that's not what he said. That's what a lot of the followers are saying, coming back at me, because I was like, yeah, you shouldn't really be telling people who to vote for. Encourage them to vote. And again, it's a situation where you have black people who are like, yo, we fed up with this shit. We might try something different. We might try to force our, even if we don't get nothing this go around, we're gonna force our leverage so that this next election, y'all gonna pay attention to us, and that's how the political process works. this vote in black just because of black thing. That shit got to go. Shout out to Mace Jackson. Like I said, that's probably one of the best black political commentators on politics. A lot more better than Yvette Cornell because like she's a socialist and leftist, and so she goes off on tangents sometimes. But like Yvette Cornell, he definitely holds accountable everybody. The politicians come to his show, and he interviews them, and he puts them on blast. And it's real talk. Like, they tell you how the game actually works. Black people gotta learn the game, man. Like, politics is not fuck your feelings. It's deeper than that. It's a game. Like, people trying to, whether it's about the people getting money or resources, whatever, it's everybody trying to get their bag. Everybody's scratching their back, looking out for people who looked out for them. That's the way the system works. And we gotta get out of our feelings. And voting black just because the person's black, that's just dumb. We can't afford to do that anymore. You gotta look at whose policies are better, and if the next person coming in, it's kind of the same shit that happened to Hillary, right? She was supposed to be an extension of Obama. That wasn't a good idea to run on that platform. And this sister right here is an extension of the previous administration, who I'm gonna leave a clip to the brother breaking down all the stuff that happened under his leadership. And it's funny because the sister on Roland Martin, I hate that sisters constantly do this, playing a woman card, like, well, why should she have to clean up, or why should she be in this? Like, no, that's just how politics works. If you get the endorsement of the predecessor, and that predecessor, doesn't have good poll numbers, or people didn't like him, they're thinking like, oh, you're gonna be like him. Especially if you haven't offered any policies any differently. But she played the female card, and she shouldn't be blamed for the previous administration. It ain't about being blamed. She didn't do enough to distinguish herself from the previous administration. And black people in Atlanta are saying like, yo, we're not feeling her. That's what it looks like to me, though. I don't know. She could probably win. Who knows? There could have been some ads that ran later on the day that got people, whatever. I don't know if black people are even motivated to vote there. Who knows? Like, I know damn sure if black people want to go out in Alabama and vote in that tight race with Roy Moore, they could probably do some difference and change in that election. But I don't think they're motivated to go vote in Alabama. It is what it is. This is my video. I'm out. We'll know if Atlanta can keep its black Mecca status, because if they got a white mayor, that don't look too good with that status. They're going to have to be the mocha. They have to switch it up a little bit.